Hey, welcome back to the Wisdom Vault, Dr. Sonia TV. And today we're going to talk about the Rolls Royce method for coaches, helping you become a millionaire. Now, I know you're asking, what the heck does coaching have to do with a Rolls Royce, have to do with being a millionaire? A lot. So let me ask you this. When is the last time that you've seen a Rolls Royce commercial? I'll wait. Never. You know why? Because those who are purchasing Rolls Royces are not watching a commercial to go purchase one. They're going into the lots, they're special ordering them and all of that. You know why? Because those are elite cars. Those are not for mediocre people. Those are for extraordinary people. Now I know you'll get, offended. What are you trying to say? Exactly what I said. This process of the Rolls Royce method for coaches is simply because you're going to be extraordinary, not ordinary. So let me ask you this. When's the last time you've seen a Toyota commercial? Now, don't get offended because I have or had a Toyota at one point. So when's the last time you've seen a Toyota commercial? Probably 5 minutes ago, probably sometime today. It's a great car. But it is for people who are going to A to Z. It's a great car for traveling and all of that. But let's just be honest, it's not a Rolls Royce. What I'm trying to tell you right now is simply that you don't have to be the Toyota level coach. You can be the Rolls Royce level coach. And this is why I named this the Rolls Royce method. And there are a few things that I want you to know to help you become a millionaire as a coach. Point number one. The first thing that you need to understand, and you being not an ordinary coach, but an extraordinary coach, is this. Become a person of your word. Now, I work with mostly women for coaching, consulting, speaking, and all of that. So this content is mainly for women. However, if you're watching this, it's for you too. Get in where you fit in, as they say. So I want you to start thinking about this whole perspective of becoming a person of your word. I'm going to say become a woman of your word. If you're going to do something, do it. So the other day I was conducting this event and I gave the ground rules about certain things that you can do in my events. And a young lady she crossed the line completely. She was rude. She was disrespectful. She was sharing her truth. However, it wasn't acceptable in my environment. And so I gave my team permission to go ahead and escort her out. This was a virtual event. So yes, we moved her from the VIP room and we quickly refunded her money. It was obvious that I was not the coach for her. I am a woman of my word. I gave the ground rules. I said, hey, this is not for you. It's okay. But what you cannot do is simply come into a space and a place and just voice your opinion like this is your house. It's not. Some of you may not agree with that. That's okay. But one thing, I will be the person of my word and say, hey, if we don't accept that, we don't accept that. If we're not going to do that, we're not going to do that. And what I'm sharing with you simply is it's not for us to be perfect. It is just for to be the person of our word. If you say you're going to do something for your clients, do it. Now, if you don't and they come and say something, do your very best to rectify that, because the truth be told, many of you that are coaches right now, you want the best for your clients. Yes? I know the answer is yes. And so if you miss something, I know you're willing to go back. Hopefully you're willing to go back and fix it. But number one, be a person of your word. And it's not just in the coaching realm and what you do for your clients. How about you being that friend? If y'all are going to the movies and you say you're going to be there, this was going to hurt a little bit. If you say you're going to be there, show up. And if you can't, let someone know early. Man, I had friends like that growing up, and I'll tell you one thing for sure, that wasn't a part of what I wanted to do. I'm all planned, I'm all dressed, in the last minute, hey, I'm not gonna make it. Or the one, I'm gonna be late, 5 minutes late, 10 minutes, okay, 15 even, but you're talking about an hour. Girlfriend, we can't be friends anymore. Let me go ahead and let you handle that over there, because over here, I wanna be a person of my word. Number two thing, the Rolls Royce method for coaches to become millionaires. Number two, mind your business. I don't care what content I talk about. That is one of the biggest things as you go through this. You have to mind your business. Y'all, there are so many distractions out there as you build your business. Lifing is happening. You being a parent, you being responsible or accountable to your family, to your spouse, or whomever it is. Mind your business, meaning focus on your business. There are so many coaches out there. People say it's overpopulated, it's oversaturated. I don't believe that it's oversaturated, not with extraordinary coaches. The Rolls Royces out there, it's not oversaturated on that. There's a certain limit that they have of them. There's a 2%, there's that word, 2% again. There's that number, 2% again. 2% of the people are making 98% of the income because they've just made a decision that they're going to be a Rolls Royce in this industry. They're going to be the best of the best. They're going to stand out. And that's simply because they're minding their business. People ask me about, and this is just a very transparent moment. People will drop somebody's name. I'm not a big fan of name dropping. I'm just being honest. But some people will drop names. And I'm like, I don't know who that is. And then they try to shame you for not knowing who they are. Well, the truth be told, I'm over here minding my business. I'll share this with you. I have a friend that had no idea who Les Brown was. Had no idea. For years, they didn't know who Les Brown was. And when they shared with me why they didn't know who he was, it made sense. They said because Les Brown is considered one of the best motivational speakers in the world, he said, I didn't need motivating. I was a self-motivator. Duh, that made sense. And so they didn't know who that person was. And the truth be told, they said they were just minding their business. They were focused on what was for them. They were building their businesses. They were attracting their ideal clients. They were building their empire. They were serving the people that they were called to serve. And so if you truthfully want to go through and be an extraordinary coach, mind your business. Don't get caught up in what's going on in social media. Yes, do you want to know the trends? Do you want to know what's working, what's not working? But the truth be told, things are going to be different for everybody. It depends on where they're coming from in their life. It depends on how much coaching they received. It depends on how much confidence they have built for themselves. It depends on how much experience that they've had, how much they've been working through this. You got to know that you're different from anybody else. And the biggest thing I want you to know that you are a Rolls Royce. Okay? Remember that as you go through this process. Next, become a great communicator. As you're going through this and you're understanding that you have to be able to communicate, right? And I know when I'm on my encore marriage, right? And one of the biggest things that I was communicating or sharing with my husband, it says we have to be great communicators. There's one of the biggest downfalls of most marriages is not communicating effectively. Share how you feel, but be respectful of the other person's feelings. And sometimes you may have to say the hard things to the other person, but how do you say it in love where it doesn't come off where you're attacking them? And even in this world of being a Rolls Royce as a coach, really start thinking about how can you be a better communicator? How can you communicate with your clients exactly what it is that you mean? And the truth be told, if you're operating $1 million company or you have a desire to do so, you're going to have to say some harsh things at times. You know, one of the biggest things, or I would say the worst thing for me that I had to do was come to grips with that. When I say it was worse, is because I had to overcome that feeling of saying the hard thing, the hard truth, but saying it in love and being an effective communicator. I didn't hold my words, right? But I said it in love. At least I tried to, right? And I realized even at this point in my life, I am not the teacher or the mentor or the coach or consultant for everyone. But I know one thing that I've worked diligently on is being a better communicator, especially when it comes to helping people build their businesses. Next, you have to learn how to lead. This is the most important one. They're all important, but the Rolls Royce method for coaches and becoming a millionaire, you have to lead. Some people don't know how to lead themselves. Let me say this to you very boldly. If you cannot lead yourself, you will not be able to lead others. That includes a team, and that includes your clients or your tribe. You have to become a leader. I was just sharing with someone the other day a conversation that we were talking about, and I realized at some point that there was a lack of leadership, right? You could tell, and not because I'm 21 years military, I've led hundreds of thousands of troops, soldiers, airmen, all of that, right? And I realized at some point that there was a breakdown. And here I am from one boss to the next having this conversation. And I politely said that there is a lack of leadership here. There's a lack of accountability and there's a lack of responsibility. And that is so true no matter what type of business that you have, and especially in this coaching industry. It's $1 billion industry. And as we're going through this and becoming the top 2%ers that are making 98% of the income, there has to be a level of leadership where you're leading yourself. And leading yourself means that you have emotional intelligence. You're learning how to handle some tough decisions, some tough conversations. Just everything is not going to be easy. How do you handle that? Emotional intelligence is going to be important, very important, as you begin to lead yourself. Because again, if you can't lead yourself, you can't lead anybody else, especially the team that you're going to be bringing on. There are some things that if I could go back and really look at this, I'm like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do it. But I realized if you truly are going to take on the position of being a general to giants, there's a level of leadership that you're going to have to work through. And I'm saying that to you as well. Next, in this Rolls Royce method, you cannot save everyone. I'm going to lean back on this one. You can't. You can't save everyone. You can't serve everyone. There is a group of people, as a coach, as a consultant, as a mentor, that you are called to. You will identify them right away when they're in your presence. They will know you by your voice. They will know you by your spirit. They will know you by your energy. They will know you and you will know them. But I need you to know you cannot work with everyone. You can't save everyone. One of the biggest things that I tell my clients right now, especially those that are whales. And whales in this industry are the people who come in a servant mode. They're normally the people that are in ministry. They've been serving their entire lives. And so when they come into this industry, they're thinking to themselves, but I want to help everybody, Dr. Sonia. I want to help everyone. You can't help everyone. Someone is going to get left behind. You want to know why? Because some of those people are going to run out of oxygen. The more you climb to the level of where you've been called to be, you would think that you can take everyone with you. And I'm here to tell you, the Rolls Royce method, you cannot take everyone to the top of the mountain. They're going to run out of oxygen. You have been working toward this very thing. You have been practicing. You have been rehearsing. You have been staying up late nights. You have been sacrificing. You've been doing all those things. And if some people have it, they're going to run out of oxygen. And so I need you to know, on your way to being a millionaire, you're going to have to leave some people behind. I know that's a harsh truth. You may not like it. You may not respect it, but just know that it is a fact. You cannot save everyone. Some people are going to make a decision not to go with you, whether it's a team member, whether it's a family member, whether it's clients that you started out with and they're supposed to grow with you. That is not necessarily the case. The very next thing, which is, I said they're all my favorite. They really are, but this one is really my favorite. You have to learn how to become a beast in sales. I really want to share with you this. Sales is not like being a used car salesman. Because most women that I meet, they hate selling. They absolutely hate it. It makes them feel icky and yicky, and they just feel like they're doing something wrong. I used to feel that way, to be honest with you. And I quickly realized, no, selling is serving people, because those who pay attention at different levels. Learn to become a sales beast, meaning learn how to make an offer to people. If you're in this industry of coaching, in order for you to build your business and build this empire, you have to make more offers. Yes or yes? The answer is yes. I'll answer it for you, right? It's yes. You have to learn how to become a sales beast where it doesn't feel icky. Get to a place in your business where you're selling without ever selling. Okay, Dr. Sonia, what do you mean by that? You're making a sale every time you open your mouth. Everything that you say counts. Everything that you mention is listened to. And again, because you're not saving everybody, those who know your voice will recognize that you're the person for them. But you have to learn how to sell. This is truly the Rolls Royce method for coaches. Learn how to become a sales beast. I'm going to say that this is really probably going to be offensive. That's why men run circles around women, because we have all these emotions about it. Like, get to a place where you are not attached to a yes or no. You are only attached to you being accountable and being responsible. Be attached to you having the responsibility of teaching people, those that are willing to invest in themselves. Next, master your confidence. Confidence equals cash. Matter of fact, clarity equals confidence equals cash. Master a level of confidence that when you walk in the room, your mere presence sends a whole different vibration through the room. A different vibration, one that is positive and where people are going to be drawn to you even without you saying a word. Truthfully, the Rolls Royce method, just think about it. You're the coach and you show up. The Rolls Royce shows up. It's beautiful on the outside. It's got these, I call it the backward doors that open. It's gorgeous on the inside. It's luxury. It's for the elite. That's exactly how you should be. Luxury, elite, not mediocre. You are above the rest. You stand out from everyone else. This is why it's called the Rolls Royce method for coaches, for you to become a millionaire. If you would really study those very simple things, you will see your business on top of the skills. I know many people, but you didn't teach us anything about being a millionaire as a coach and all of that. If you can get this part, when it's time for you to learn the skills, you won't be so far behind. I see so many people go through this process and they want skill, teach me this method, teach me that strategy, teach me this tip. But these things here, the Rolls Royce method, if they would learn those things when those strategies and secrets and tips are put before them, they take off and they rise above the rest and truly become part of the 2% club and not the 98% club. Right? So go back, listen to this over and over and over again, share, like, subscribe, share with someone that you know that could really be a beast in the area of coaching and consulting. Share with them, let them know that you're rooting for them, you're on their team, you're there to support them as long as they understand that they're a Rolls Royce and they are not mediocre. This is Dr. Sonia. I'll see you next time, and I hope to see you at the very top.